ever wonder something like, hey, if I'm overeating or binging, is it always about something emotional? Can't it just be about the food? Well, first of all, it's important to distinguish between overeating and binging, because a lot of times people say one when they mean the other. So overeating means eating to excess, and that is really different from binging, because there are lots of reasons you may overeat that have nothing to do with feelings or conflict or anything psychological. For example, many Americans, if not most, overeat on Thanksgiving, and that has to do with food, not with feelings. Also, if you don't eat enough and you get to the point where you're starving, you may not be able to stop once you start eating, and you may end up overeating. Binge eating is different. Binge eating is very different. Binge eating is a way of coping with something psychological, something internal, something in your head or your heart, through the physical action of eating. And whatever that psychological piece is, that is the root of the behavior. So the problem is not what you're eating, the problem is what's eating at you. And it may be something emotional, or you know what? It could be something else. So I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of emotional eating, which means you turn to food to avoid uncomfortable emotions. But the reality is that is only part of the story. It can also be a way of translating emotional pain to physical. Now, what do I mean by that? So when emotional pain is too much to bear, painful feelings can be unconsciously converted into physical sensations. And I'm going to give you an example of Linda's story to tell you what I mean. So Linda broke up with her boyfriend, and about 30 seconds later, she ordered a large pizza because that's all she could think about. And over the course of the next few hours, she ate the entire pizza by herself. And it was not one of those small individual ones. And what she said was, she ate so much it hurt. She said she was in so much pain, she literally couldn't move. Now, Linda was focused more on her painfully full stomach than on the heartache she felt about the breakup. By eating until she was in physical pain, she converted emotional hurt about the breakup to physical hurt. Also, she made herself very full, really full, which symbolically filled the void she felt at the loss of the relationship. Make sense? Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, makes sense. Now what? If you find yourself in physical pain from eating, ask yourself, what's hurting you? What's hurting your feelings? Because that needs to be your focus. It might be tough to process those feelings, but practice makes progress. When you heal your heart, you won't feel the need to use food to cope. When Linda grieved the end of her relationship, she no longer expressed the ache of loss and the wish for fulfillment in a relationship through food. And that's how she made peace with food, and you can too. So again, food for thought. What is hurting your feelings right now? Also, how are you deprived? Are you filling up on food because you don't have enough of other things in your life? And if you weren't thinking about food, weight, and body image, what thoughts would occupy your mind? What would you be worried about? When you identify and work through what's weighing on you, you won't be as focused on what you weigh. And that is how you win the diet war. I'm Dr. Nina Savell-Rocklin, psychoanalyst and food, weight, and body image expert. I am here to help you lose weight without dieting. Yes, it can be done. If you would like more support from me and free resources, please check out my website, winthedietwar.com, and join my community. I look forward to seeing you there.